You don't lose people because they are wrong for you. Sometimes you lose people because you don't know how to keep something healthy with you. And it's not wrong to say, if I say that you are not unlucky in your life, you are not unlucky in your love, but you have a habit of self sabotaging yourself, and you are repetitively doing it to yourself without even realizing it. So hey everyone, welcome to the new video of Adore Says. Here we are discussing love but beyond feelings. So in this video today we are going to discuss the self-sabotage, what is self-sabotage and how you do it to yourself, and what are the signs that you can recognize that you are doing it, and what is the solution, of course. So let's get started. What is self-sabotaging? See, self-sabotaging in relationship is a behavior that unintentionally destroys something good, even when it is the way you wanted. In psychology, we call it self-sabotage behavior because here your conscious pattern are not aligning with the subconscious pattern and the thoughts you are having. It's very easy that I said this way, but let me make you understand. See, you say that you want a loyal partner, but the moment you got a loyal partner, because you had a previous relationship in which you got cheated, now your subconscious patterns and the mind will tell you that maybe this partner is not loyal to, maybe you are not in the right relationship, maybe love is not that good, maybe there's something kind of fraud in that. So here you get a good partner, but your subconscious mind consciously or continuously telling you that it is not good. Here you have something good, but because it's peaceful, it reminds you that it is unfamiliar to you and peace looks unfamiliar to you. So here you are continuously self-sabotaging yourself. I hope I made you understand this. Now the question is, why do we do that? If we know that self-sabotaging is a bad behavior or it's a loss in itself, then why do we do that? See, the reason comes from very different theories. So we are going to discuss it one by one. See, the first reason could be of the attachment theory. Yes, it based like how you have conditioned in your past about the love, how you have been treated in your past relationship, and how it actually made your perspective on the topic called love. According to that attachment theory, if you are avoidant, then you are feared of getting too close to that person. But if you are very anxious in any kind of relationship, then you are feared of that you would abandoned by your partner. Even in a healthy relationship, your mind stays alert and in a survival mode. So the second theory is negativity bias. See, what happens in negativity bias, that your mind is wired in such a way that it notices always the wrong patterns. Even if something is not wrong in the whole story, it notices. It try to find the wrong patterns in the whole story. It's not going to notice something good when it is happening to you. So even when someone is treating you well, someone is behaving with you really well, your mind still in the search of noticing the problems where it can find the problems. So yeah, your mind plays a bluff with you. So stay aware about that. Now the third theory is that you might have low self-esteem issues. Yes, when you believe that you don't deserve something good, you don't deserve a good looking partner, you don't deserve a good life with your partner. So somewhere you are questioning your worth. You are questioning when nature is giving you something you deserve. So you don't trust nature or you don't trust the timings when it shows up. You question them because you don't believe that you are worth choosing. So yeah, somewhere it really comes from the low self-esteem. So better you believe on yourself. Now, what are the signs that you are self-sabotaging yourself continuously? See, one major factor is the cognitive distortion. Now, what happens in cognitive distortion is that you start to twist the reality into something non-realistic, something that is not gonna happen. So you might overanalyze a text, assume the worst without even the proof. You feel uncomfortable when everything is well, everything is calm. So, in short, it's not wrong if I say that you create your own problem when your problems are non existent. Yes. Now, the brutal truth, like why it happens and what is the solution, how this thing is happening to you again and again. In psychology, we call it repetitive compulsion. See, in repetitive compulsion, what happens is your mind tries to repeat the patterns that happens to you in the past. It tries to stimulate and create the same condition as you have faced in your past. Because here in past, what already have happened to you now feels familiar to you. So what feels familiar to you, it feels safe to your mind. And what's actually peaceful in reality, it feels unfamiliar to you. So your mind stays in survival mode. So you need to break this pattern. You really need to break this pattern from self-awareness. Yes, this is the only thing that can save you from self-sabotaging yourself. Now, when you start to implement the self-awareness concept, you can see when the things are happening. You can pause and think, is this real? Or your fear is trying to speaking to you. So this way you can find out that is your mind really trying to trap you or not. And the second thing is emotional regulation. In the emotional regulation, what you need to do is here you try to stop that where your emotions are trying to control you, where your emotions are trying to find a lead upon you. Instead, you let them to control you. You try to control your emotions. See, if you are feeling anxious, doesn't mean that you need to start a fight with your partner. If you are feeling avoidant, that doesn't mean that you need to stay away from that person who's trying to putting the 100% effort to get you. Just because you are feeling discomfort doesn't mean that you need to withdraw from that relationship. Just because you are feeling uncomfortable, that doesn't mean that you need to escape from that relationship. Instead, you try to sit and solve it there. Instead, you try to sit and see what is actually happening. So yeah, you don't need a better partner, but you need a mind that don't see love as a threat. Okay, so you really like this video, so give it a thumbs up, subscribe and share it with your friends. And also do comment which part did you like the most, with which part did you relate the most. Okay, we'll see you next time. Bye.